양지 전부도 힘이 좀 보면 뭐는 전부가 비었다. 다그러 당연 전도 절마도. tumbato je janla ki jamsar ne chero zerni jengumsa ja hortik ji chen yela jime ponzo jala sora gonke tobam bor jinjir lo jafur chirtarna shanchu sawa navana yang ta bartar sha jawur ji me ba liki marta jawur ji Jahur chirtana shanjasa. Jahur jihme pa liki martak barte yut nchum. Ligi martak barte yedam zhong zhang dong chabada bzare na mayan lig dingwar barte nyan lende pa gawe na mayan lig dagme barte gonjang semchan mambru shibi so li jiva niki te shinda jive na mayan nyer shu pa tam chadaf tam barte powe na mayan da daga nawe semchan janna navala nyan jivarte ngunjim ti mi dungur jis trambadang semchinji tunchawer jis trambadang givi tsava mund shambadang zopa zotmanir number tagbadang trepa mebadang tagdaf tsunji tsambe natamchit mepr shepir manji jarpon juro ji terter shanchu sanwa nam shanchu sanwa nava nayang tapr tawar shaw jahur jir meba rikiwa shanchu sanwa Navi chirter ranga simngi pra sha chama me be chobe me ba jahor shan chu sen hwa navi na dak semlam dartar ni per sambra sha go nan ngun jim thana yo pa main ji shin chu lok ko kan le rdang shong yang ta ba main ba kan dar to ben yom ba le shong te tun tam ber nan dala kan go na ba ji sha wi chu te kan mo mu so ti ji shir jena nim jongwa chimbo jile kerba liji kamda dag bo kanyang mepate kipa meto linde dag mete dag tam ngomber jimba makto bandala tun tamber kang nat jipshawa te yang momgi te tewe na dag nam ngomber jimba mepata na kisa kan shiba lang ne ber shaw jib dag da shiba rjin chate chujin de shi keber shaw lina chu mangbo ndi parte kya na chu kona gba na chu kona gba te chu te dag na pansan da matsur meshi de chu te dag kya na yang da nyam da dag kyo nyam da masim so gba na yang da nyam da dag gbo nyam da masim so di chujin de shi kan shiber sha yu shir da sim keber sha te kan da kan dar tar chu san de shi ba te yang shin je log ba te shin je log na nat chimbo go dag na nat tang tra sha te nat raptor pang yu shir da zomba keber sha wo te la nat pang te kan je nan dar tar te ngar zamba pang go ngar zambar pang te kan je nan dar tar te ni dam tra go te la ni dam tra kan je nan dar tar te nang dam shirul kundu shoba me ba go te la nang dam shirul kundu shoba me ba ji shawa kan je nan dar tar te nyamba nyele magyo ba go rap to magyo ba da number magyo ba go nyamba nyet kan je na dag nyamba nyet ne nyang len de ba nyamba nyet to te ji shir je nan dar tar te dag dam nyang len de ba nika gang tombi shiro te nika ji tong je na mangdab jo pe te nika tomba te dag jang yong so ma zhipo Tertir nyamba nyen thongwa di na nad nyet jan mayon tomba nyet jan da mshite nad nyet tomba nyeto
Well, today we will continue on the Vimalakirti Sutra. Let's make the aspiration for the Bodhicitta. Before the actual teaching, I would like to make notes of a few things. Some are relevant to all of you, and some are not relevant to the outsiders, but rather the insiders. but maybe to just share some facts. The first thing I would like to address is that recently, over here in Larungar is really cold, and it's probably going to go lower than minus 20 Celsius. Last night and this night and this evening, certain regions over here, we don't have any electricity, and I believe you're quite enjoying your nights over there. I think without electricity is good. Maybe before we got used to electricity is good. I used to be able to read with very little lights coming from candles, but now I can't. Between 91 to between the 80s to maybe around 91 or 95, where we actually didn't have electricity or stable electricity. Yesterday they wanted to get electricity to my house, but I said no, I enjoy electricity. So I really enjoyed the time with the electricity, but the electricity came to my house really fast, rather. So I didn't get to enjoy it as much as I wanted. So I think we should learn to enjoy the darkness of no electricity. On the other hand, I know that without electricity, some of our volunteers are not able to finish their work. Therefore, some of our electricians continue to work on the restoration. I said, I don't know. I didn't know how long it's going to take for the electricity to return. I didn't say that it's going to be a very long period of time, so don't worry. I'm just saying that the electricians and some of the relevant volunteers, you should really pay attention to try to restore electricity over here as soon as possible. Another thing is that in the winter, I really hope you don't. I really hope that you keep up a positive attitude. Don't feel upset or depressed just because of the cold weather. And you should try to keep warm. I think I don't really need to say that because I notice many of you are already wrapping yourself into balls almost. So maybe I don't really have to say that. Another thing I would like to say is to the volunteers and our workers over here in the restaurants, I really hope that when you're cooking meals, I really think that try to avoid raw vegetables in the winter. I know some of the cooks are really busy and they stir fry really fast, and some of the meal are not really well cooked. When I just came back from Africa, I felt that everything is so delicious. But now I started to have a second thought about that. So if I feel that, I'm sure the other people also feel that. So for the cooks over here, if you're providing your service, I hope that you provide a quality service. I know it's not easy, especially the ones who cook breakfast. You have to get up really, really early to make sure that the Sangha would have breakfast. But if you're volunteering, if you're making such aspiration to service others, then you should continue to have a positive attitude as well as providing quality service to others. As long as you're on that post, then you should be able to, then you should finish your work on time. And even if you're resigning tomorrow, you should finish your post with a sense of responsibility. Sometimes it could be that people are a little bit hard to be fulfilled in their wishes and so on. But I think the other thing is about your aspiration and your quality of service. That's the second. And the third thing is
用智慧来分辨东西，就是
I think we should use wisdom to discern.
开这个法会的时候呢，
Just as
很多道友都是在那个晚上在那
the
个路
Dharma
灯下面，
assembly
就是看那个密庆路上面的有一些
Dharma
小的
assembly,
那个凸面的照片呢，就是
I
挖出来
noticed that there are people
就是所以
digging out
他们
this
认为
clear
这是摄理，
little
就是这个是绝对不是摄理，
clear little
我也不否认，
beads
就是开发会
out
的
of
时候确实以
roads,
前上是如意宝在
and
世
they
的时候
thought there
我的
are
就是亲眼就是
there are
看过，但是
the
好像我们这个
relics, but they're
我当时
definitely
好
not
像坐在这
relics.
个确实别人不承认的
I mean,
时候，
relics,
就是自己
they
亲眼
do
亲属
exist.
就得到的，就是有一些就是因为
When I was
天
sitting
空当中也不是因为
beside
天上
Jigme
有
Phuntsukul
天罡，就是
Rinpoche when he was
但是
alive
屋子里面就没有
during
任何
one
东西
Dharma
就突然
assembly,
就好像降下来一些有降设立的，但是
there
最近就是
were
你们就个别人
relics
就是
falling
见的
from
那
the
些设
sky.
立的话呢，我是不承
So
认的，
I
就是
think
要
there are
说一
definitely
下，不然的
there
话呢，
are
你们认为
relics.
这是设立，就是如果以后在我们
But
任何一个部门就是
the
做
ones
监测
that
的
you
时候呢，
found
就是这个
on
佛
the
教的
road,
设
I
立就是这样的，
don't
那
think
可能
they
给
are
佛教
relics.
也带来这个一
If
些
you
这
would
个非常
present it
不好
to
的这个
those
影响吧，就是这一点呢，我那天
to
晚上
those
出来的时候，
departments,
就是我们门口上就是很多道友
I
都是趴
think
在
they
地上，
would
然后呢
find it
就是
a
拼命的，就是
false.
我当时
The
都
other
是
day I
并
was
没有向
walking
你们
out
得到
of
设
the
立，但
gate
是我
and I
很
saw
心疼我们这个
some
路是
of
刚修
the
好的，所以
some of the people
所以
were digging the
这
road.
是这不应该笑，就是应该哭，知道吧？因为我们很多人就愚痴，就是这样的，
I
把这
was
个佛
feeling
教
really
的
bad
真正
for
的
the
文思
road
修行
because it
的
was
进
just
化呢，
built.
就不知道，就是它是有意义的，而且就根本不
I
是
don't
的
think you
东西，
should
把它
laugh.
当
It's
做是
something
的
to
话呢，
cry
那我们
about,
这是什么
rather.
苦空无我不懂是情有可原的，就是念这么一
If
个
for some of
非
the
常这个
practitioners,
简单
if
的
you
这
don't
个概
understand
念，
the
就是这个
suffering
我
and
们
emptiness
我
and
看
impermanence
他们有些
and
藏族
no
喇嘛
self
对我
and so
不
on,
懂的话，那我
it's
觉得
okay.
他们没有学过化学，
But
就是应该可以的。那我们很多人都至少也
But
是
for
无力化
those
学
of you
就是
who are
上过
digging
课
out
的，
of those
所以
little
有
clear
些时候的
beads
话呢，
and
就
think
是
of
希望
them
大
as
家也
relics,
是
I think that's
应该
really
就是做比较真实的这个事
that's
情，就是
really
不要做一些
foolish.
愚痴的。当然，我也不否认，就每个开发会啊，有时候
I'm
的
not
话
saying
呢，
that there
确实
are
也是有
no
三宝的
relics
加持和一些外界
because
这
with
个力
the
量啊，就是会
blessings
可
of
能
the
有
three
这个降
jewels
下的，
during
但是这种
Dharma
降
assemblies,
色
so
力
there
呢，
would
就是
be
不是什么那个就是
relics
大量的，就是
falling
有时
from
候
the
是
sky.
各种各样的东西啊，有些人把这个笑的狮子啊，有些是笑的那个一
Sometimes
些
they
花
would
枝子啊
appear、
花蕊
as
啊，
a
就反正
little
各种各样的。
beads.
所以这些如果你们当做舍利的话呢，对佛教就不但没有利益，就是反而有害的。
But if you would take those
这个事
beads
情
that
呢，
we
我也
use to
想
build
这个
road
参考
as
一下，
relics,
这是第
I
三
think
个
this
事
is
情是吧？
really harmful
然后
to
第四个事
Buddhism.
情的话呢，我
The
们
fourth
那个
one I would like to
这
address
个居士当中也
is
好，
that
出家
within
人当
lay
中的话呢，
practitioners and
希望还是这个
monastics,
文
I
思
really
为主
hope
吧，
that you
就是
should
再加
put
上
study
主
and
要是我们
contemplation
稍微
as the
有
most
空的时候，有
important.
些法师和有些
When you do have
这个负
time,
责人
some
的话呢，
of
特别
the
的飘，知道吧？
masters
就是
and
而且我
some
们
of the
下面的人
teachers,
呢，就是当
they
做是自己
would
的人，就是经常带来带去，就是
they would
带
take
到这个各个地方去。希望呢，
their
以后
volunteers
我
or
们
people
自
who
己
would
的这
work
个
for
权
them
限
as
也
their
很清楚
people.
因
So
为像我的话呢，我在
they
这
would
边
take
就
them
是应该
to
是
places whenever
任
they
课
get
就是
time.
大概是讲了这个30几
I
年的
myself,
课吧
after 30
但
years
是我
of
除了这
teaching,
个五台山，就是去五台山的时候呢， 当时
without
就是
I
我们
really
这边
didn't
的这
take
个
much
非常重要
people
的
to
个别
tour
的发行
around.
人，就是
I only
就
took a
去
few people
了
to
这个
Mount Wutai.
就一部分就是除此之外的话，那我
Other
也
than that,
以前那个法王在世的时候，有
even
一次
during
对吧？
Jigme
看过，
Phuntsukul
就是来的时候
Rinpoche's
呢，我跟法王这个亲
time
事，就是可不可以我们这
when
边相
Khenpo
关的
Deba
这个前夫观
was
点，除
visiting,
此之外的
and
话
I
呢，
was
连
asking
我自
Jigme
己的
Phuntsukul
根本上是
Rinpoche
哪里
whether
的
if it's
从来
okay
也是没有
to
就是
invite
把
Khenpo
神这
Deba
个带
to
来
give
带
a
去。但是我
1,000
们这里
Buddha
的不同，这里的有些
empowerment.
这个，
So
比如
other
说
than
有些
that, I
各个
really
部门的
didn't
负责人
take
呢，就是把这个人
disciples
就
or
是带来带
students
去，就是经常
to
报课
different
啊，就是
places
今天带到哪里去，哪个寺院去，
to
明天报
take
到哪
them
里
to
去。然后我们
one
这里有些
temple
法师
to
的话呢，就
take
是
them
把
to a
这个
different
把
place.
自己的班级呢认为是自己的，就然
And
后
they would
就
take
准备带到
their
国内外，
class
就有
and
今天这个，明天那
students
个。
to
然后我们这个有一些
to
居士
different
团体的
countries
话呢
and，to
好好
different
的文思
places. And some of the lay practitioners, they don't really the most importance onto studying contemplation and practice. Rather, they would put their attention on how to gather money to get people to build temples and monasteries. So I think it's really important to ask the management whether if it's okay to do those things. Otherwise, I would consider that as improper. And sometimes it could be quite dangerous, because when we say that if I were to take people to the county and if there's a whole car got accidents, what would you do? Just as the car accident happened in Chongqing, in the city of Chongqing, the people sitting on one bus were they all encountered in an accident, and they all died. But if some masters and teachers, if they would take lots of people to go on tours, I don't think that's appropriate. I don't think that's appropriate. But if it's only just a few people, sometimes it's okay. I don't think at this moment to be really to enjoy luxurious things is not a good time in terms of politics, economics, and religion. Everything is very much uncertain, even including this class. Yes, we're having this class right now, but next class, would we have the same good conditions and causes to have another class? We can't be so sure. So, some practitioners, maybe they don't really have much experience. When they have some authority, they would use that authority right away. And some people, when they have money, they would use that right away. And I don't think that's a very wise action. Therefore, some of the leaders of a group, of a team, I really think it's important for your group you should really lead and manage your team, not to lead and manage their, say, relationships and so on, but their ways of listening and studying and practice.
以前在上师面前，就是如果我们有时候是想出去一下的话呢，最多是这个一天，就是在这里这个比如说这个山周围啊，就是山上啊，就是东山西山就是转一转。
I would go to places that's really close, and other than that, I wouldn't dare to arrange any kind of big activities.
也许你们可能是不懂，也许你们是故意的，因为这个拉拢这个地方的权利呢，我相信我也没有，你们也没有，就是这里面的有些。
I think it's really important for you to distinguish your boundary of authority, because for some of you don't have the authority to lead or to guide people to go around or to take them out to different places and so on. Because nowadays we are very strict in terms of our management and rules. As you know, that we are now separated into two parts. One is the Buddhist college, and the other one is the Laronggar monastery. So we have these two parts, and they have different rules and regulations. And within this kind of frame of regulations, if we were to take the people out Laronggar, I don't think you have that boundary of authorization. If you were to have such authority, I think that's very difficult. I'm not trying to deny that. I'm just making this known. Another thing I would like to address, I have to say it again, that I really wish all of you to have a sense of cherishing the Dharma, because now this, in terms of global situation, is really not stable. As a Buddhist, I think it's quite important for you to to see news, just as Nepal said that it's quite important to pay attention to the international and domestic affairs and political situation. Don't be the kind of Buddhist that only put concentration on the chanting mantra and holding the prayer wheel and so on. Of course, if you have such merits and possibility and opportunity to practice in retreat, in mountain retreats, of course, I would really rejoice. But if you are not, then it's quite important to know what the current situation is. Just as we see nowadays the estate situation, the economic situation, finance situation, as well as all the monastery, many things are constantly changing. Many religions, even in the world, are constantly changing. Everything is changing so fast nowadays. So I think it's quite important to be steadfast, to practice, and especially when we see different affairs happening in the world, some Dharma assemblies and so on are also changing according to the political situation and then the global situation. Therefore, I think it's quite important to know what's changing and what's happening in this world. So those are the notes I would like to say. And now we'll continue on Madhyamika. No, it's not Madhyamika, it's Vimalakirti Sutra. As we talked earlier in last class, Manjushri now is asking for inquiring Vimalakirti on his illness. So he asked Vimalakirti what kind of illness it was and so on.
那么接下来呢，我们就讲那个
So now we'll continue.
就是今天的内容主要是有可能两个方面。
And talk about the mainly two aspects today. One is Vimalakirti talks about how to console, how to comfort the one who is ill.
有什么样的方法，就是要讲到这个。
What kind of methods?
还有呢
And the other one
就讲到作为病人他自身来讲，就是如何
is from the angle of the ill ones, how to tame one's own mind. So these are from the two aspects.
然后
And then
第一个就是如何安慰
the first one, how to console or comfort the ill ones, as according to Master Zhizhe,
就是然后随行者的一个教言。然后第二种就是这个病人如何调心呢
？To the ones who are following the teaching, and the other one is the other question is for people who have sharp faculty or higher faculty. The ones who follow the Dharma. So it involves lots of profound Mahayana teachings. Everyone will inevitably get sick, and we see people around us getting sick, and we would visit people who get sick, and even take care of them. So at that time, what kind of teachings should we use? What kind of methods should we use? Even when we ourselves get sick, we should be able to use certain kind of teachings and apply that onto ourselves.
其实不管什么样的人的话，他这个听闻的这种功德呢，也是非常非常大的。以前有一个叫做是那个尖锥记呢，干净都
There is a sutra that's called the Ganta Sutra.
特别想起托尼就是那年轻人他把木脚过。就是这个藏文当中好像我不知道以前是那个极乐圆满大师还是哪里在用过，就是唯识讲法是击鼓敲剑嘴声闻不解脱，何况去听闻，就是意思是我们如果就是为了讲经说法的时候呢，表示为了这个给大家通知这个讲经说法，然后呢就是听到了那个就是敲鼓也好，吹海螺也好。
teachings. Sometimes it's the ganta, the ritual bell, or sometimes it's by blowing the conch. But by simply listening to those kind of sounds, that's gathering the sangha to listen to the Dharma. That merit is immeasurable, let alone by actually attend the teachings. That kind of merit is quite unbelievable.
也是讲过，以前上师如意宝呢，就是也经常引用这些教证。就我也确实可能就是刚开始来的时候，就每次我们为了听课呢，去很远的地方，就是但是心里就是特别的欢喜啊。现在也是这样的，我们许多的这个道友啊，就是为了这个听课的话呢，有些时候可能听早上的课就是也是比较这个学习力，就是也是边那个睡觉边那个怎么说，就边滑冰，就是我下面的那个地方呢，也是很好的一个滑冰场，那个我有去过东北的这个滑冰场，然后就通过各种方式来滑下来的话呢，作为年轻人来讲应该是很好的，但是听法有功德的，所以去一些远的地方呢还是很好。我也希望我们这个城市里面的一些道友为了听课，就是开车也好，走路也好，或者是做什么的话呢，花一些时间是非常有意义的。你们也记住这个刚才讲的教证里面的内容或者也应该这是所以我们有时候可能要呢。
different methods.
不知道以后方不方便，就有的话那就我们这个前面呢，就是我们这里是这个吹海螺的，然后我们在那个网上以后为了这个宣示的话呢，就是也是通过一些声音，就是提前就给大家传一下，听到这个声音
make people aware that the Dharma is the Dharma class is
不
going to
仅是我
begin.
们听到这个海螺的声音，
Not
敲鼓的声
only
音，
just
但
by listening
其
to
他
the
的听
drums
众
or
包括
listening to the sound of conch. In fact, not just us as humans, but other sentient beings, including the crows and the sparrows in this Laronga, they would also receive this kind of merits.
后来就是他也是已经超越了他们，所以我们经常就是吹一些海螺的话呢，我们这个
So by
这个屋
blowing
檐
the
下面有
conch,
这个乌鸦的话呢，
lots
我
of
也经
the
常想
crows
那
and
个这个屋檐下
also sometimes I would
那个
think that
什么那个乌鸦，就是
I
他们一直，但现在我们家里没有吹海螺，就是所以
I actually have a pair of squirrels, a pair of crows living underneath my roof. They, although I don't blow conch, but I would chant mantras and chant mantra to them.
下面我们
They
讲
would
啊，
pay
就是说
close attention to
这
me,
个在这
looking
个时候
down
呢，就是
at
文
me.
菩萨问这个维摩诘
But
居士啊，
sometimes I
就
would
文
think
菩萨
that
问维
just
摩诘居士
teaching them
说菩萨应该
the
如
Dharma
何
from
这个
below is probably not
这个安慰
really
啊，就是或
respectful.
者是安慰呢，就是
So at
预
that time,
示
Manjushri
啊，
asked
就预告
Vimalakirti,
这个有济之菩萨，就是有病的菩萨。
how
就我刚
would
才讲了，
bodhisattvas
他这里这个
comfort
前面的话呢
bodhisattvas who are ill?
主要讲这个本
In
来
the
是这个
previous part, we
文殊
talked
菩萨
about
呢
how
就去看那
Manjushri
个维摩诘居士，维摩诘居士是
originally
病人，
to
然
pay
后
a visit
到了
to
哪里的
Vimalakirti,
时候呢，就是
who
本
is
来是
supposedly
文
to
殊
be
菩萨
ill.
应该安慰那个维摩诘居
well,
士，他是病人，就是让文殊
Manjushri
菩
should
萨
have
去看他的。
consoled
但文殊菩萨呢，
Vimalakirti.
在显现上呢，就问
However,
他，就是问他怎么
Manjushri
样
now
安慰
is
病人。
asking Vimalakirti, how should I comfort you? How should I comfort the
你不
ill
是来
ones?
这个看我吗？
Maybe
就是你应该
Vimalakirti
安
should
慰
have
我就对
asked
了。
that 但是他没有说，前面的字也讲了很多的这个道理吧。其实这个很多古代的这些大德们呢，这个他有不同的解释吧，就是大多数都就认为呢，就是一个是为什么是问那个维摩诘居士呢？就是维摩诘居士呢，一个是他知道是这个病人的情况是怎么样的，就是所以呢，如果他的课里面就是说是这样安慰的话呢，最真实的、最确切的，因为没有生病的人就是给他问这个病的相关事情的话呢，他不一定有这个经验的，因为他自己生病的话呢，那么对别人这个怎么样安慰的话呢，他这方面是非常 ，however he would receive such comfort is very accurate because Vimalakirti himself is already sick. And from the ultimate aspect, Vimalakirti is really not ill. He's just manifesting this.
否则的话呢，好像就是问他那个有点就不是很真实的。然后问他的时候呢，就是维摩诘居士告诉。
After such questioning, Vimalakirti said to Manjushri, in fact, not just the Manjushri, but all people around. Tibetan version. What is it?
刚才我是不是看错了？那版家或者那版家或者深圳当之间那肯定大个刚硬把对口样那。家或者知道那真是三万，家或者地没看的，而且这里面逻辑上有点。韩文上的是应该是可以。
The Chinese version is a bit different than the Tibetan version in terms of who said. So anyhow, over here, Manjushri asked Vimalakirti of how should I comfort you. In fact, we encounter such situations very often when maybe it's our relatives or our friends who are sick and we would pay visit to them. There are people who would take
它相当于是花圈一样的，就不是很好的，就还没有死的时候的花圈。
In white circles. In fact, those are the ones to give to the deceased ones. So to give flowers to the sick ones, and people have the culture of giving flowers to the deceased ones. Well, I'm not familiar with such culture. I'm not sure what's the meaning behind it. Anyhow, Vimalakirti started saying that because the body is ill, so you should first explain that a body is impermanent, and it is moment by moment it is impermanent. Therefore, you should teach on the impermanence. Just by teaching such is not enough. In fact, he then taught on that one should not have aversion to one's body. Why is that? Because if we continue to talk about the impermanence of the body, then it's quite easy for people to have a sense of aversion to the body, and then they would like to attain the temporary peace and take pleasure in that. So you have to say that, well, your sickness will definitely get better and you won't die from such sickness, so don't have such aversion to your body. Otherwise, some of the Theravada monks would talk only about the impermanence of body, and then they would have a sense of renunciation from the body, and soon they would die. Because the body is changing moment to moment, therefore, the body is suffering, the body is impermanent. And then he explains the body suffers, but do not teach the one should take pleasure in nirvana to find the solace in nirvana. The Theravada nirvana. Because in such a way, then people would lose the opportunity to benefit sentient beings. So you should not find solace in nirvana. Because although the nature of the body is suffering, Although life, the nature of life is suffering, but if we were to be able to understand such a suffering, then we should be able to take that opportunity to benefit sentient beings. So what we should do is to comfort the other by saying that you will definitely get better, you will definitely be healthy again, therefore please get well soon, and we'll have opportunities to help the others who are suffering in this world. And then explain the body is without self, because you cannot define the body as your feet, your arms, your head, and so on. You can't find a solid existence of the body. So on one hand, we should teach people that although we take this as one body, but on the other hand, we should use such a body that is illusory, that is compounded, and use this body to guide the sentient beings. We should use this body to teach the Dharma, to help the sentient beings. Because although there is no self, there's no solid existence of I, of this body of the self, but you should still use this illusory body, this compounded body, to guide the sentient beings. By explaining this body is emptily serene, because we are actually explaining the body could be dissected into parts and then into different little elements, and then even the element doesn't exist. So that kind of serenity is also an extreme. In fact, this is inappropriate view to take either. So do not teach that it is ultimately extinguished. We should, so this passage actually talks about the nature of body from the aspect of the Four Noble Truths, the impermanent, suffering, emptiness, and no self. This is saying that the ill ones, when consoling the ill ones, you should not only talk about one extreme of the suffering and impermanence and so on, but to encourage them to keep this body to benefit the sentient beings. According to Master Senjal, it is the kind of skillful means to teach the people by giving them different teachings according to different capacities. And the other way of explaining why to say so much about such explanation is because maybe there are people who don't understand on the first point, and then they would continue to explain on the second point. Anyhow, out of the four explanations, there's definitely one that people will be able to understand. So there's no faults of repeating. And then talks about the faults of this body. The first of all is to talk about the previous transgressions that people may have made in the previous lifetimes. The suffering, the first one is to talk about the suffering actually is created by the past transgressions. Just as the Theravada also explains that if one enjoys killing or killed a lot, then people would have a short life and have lots of illness. That is caused by the previous transgressions. But one should not take such transgression is solid, is unchangeable. So we should not think in such a way, because if it is in such a way, then there is something permanent, and your transgressions cannot be changed, the karmas cannot be changed. So you cannot say that such transgression is solidly existing. Therefore, it says, "Do not teach that they enter into the past." Into the past means over here means that holding onto such transgression as a solid. Over here in this passage, actually, it explains such question from the wisdom aspect. And then, from here onwards, it's the explanation from the angle of compassion, because there are people who are not able to understand it from the wisdom aspect, but they can understand it from compassionate level, just as they can preserve other people's or have empathy for other people's sickness. So over here, you should take such illness and comfort the illness of others with one's own illness. Should take your own illness and have empathy. And to have such empathy for others who are also ill. Because however suffering you're feeling right now, in fact, the other sentient beings are also feeling in such a way. The sentient beings who are feeling ill falling ill at this moment and in the past and in the future. So this kind of illness, we should think that the suffering of such illness that happens in the past, in the present, and in the future. And one should also recognize the innumerable kalpas of suffering of our past lives. And one should remember that this kind of karma or this kind of illness, that the people would actually take such illness to the future lives as well. So such suffering that happens in your body, you should be able to also have empathy towards the hungry ghost realm, the hell realm beings, and other sentient beings who are encountering suffering. So in the Xuanzang's translation, it is said in the past thousands of kalpas, and it is different in other translations. In the Kshitigarbha, it says that due to their karma, the offenders undergo hundreds of thousands of deaths and rebirths. They pass through hundreds of millions of eons seeking escape in vain. Maybe some very simple acts of someone, that the karma that's created by that small action could cause the suffering for eons, for kalpas. So through your own illness, you can actually feel for others. Because whenever we're not ill, maybe we don't have such understanding for other people's suffering. When we hear the news of politicians and celebrities, once they had the illness or a certain kind of sickness, And once they recover from that, all of a sudden they become great philanthropists. And they would invest their money into foundations to help people who are also suffering from such suffering. I had some foot problem, and I think I was going to some countries, and I can't remember which one. But when I saw someone in the airport who were limping, and all of a sudden I thought to myself, oh, I know how hurtful that was. If I were to have ability, I would definitely help that person. So we would have a sense of feeling to generate compassion towards others and even take that into our own action to help them. I really think sick ones are really suffering a lot. Whenever we have ability, we should be able to, we should extend our help to others. It doesn't really have to be organized, I know there are situations in this world that they are using people who are pretending just to have fraudulent actions to gather money. It's very difficult to do good in the society. Now, one should also be mindful of benefiting such beings and remember one's cultivation of blessings. And be mindful of one's pure livelihood without generating vexation, but always generating exertion. So when you are ill, try not to have a sense of worry. I think some Westerners and in the Nordic countries, they really don't worry too much.
就有一些保障吧，就是像那个美国也好，还有很多地方的话呢，有些这个生病完了以后呢，确实是这个以前是一个富贵人，但是后来就你这样一生病就变成这个就非常可怜的人了，就所以一生病就有些可能心情不好啊，就是然后以这个造成呢病情就更加严重。啊，就那么长期对心理上方呢，要这个积极性。刚才前面讲到那个就是这个因缘修复啊，就是因缘修复是其实很重要的，就是我们这个就生病的时候呢，就不能一直想到这个负面的、控制的或者造恶的这些事情，应该作为安慰者的话呢，就是跟他讲一下啊，不要这么伤心这么痛苦，但实际上你的病也会好的啊。
Try to be very positive as well. Don't only talk about the negative things that they've done in the past. And you can encourage them by how much merits they've conducted and so on. There's a story that's recorded in Madhyama Gama, where it's a story of Avatar Pindada, his good friends.
好像那个就要死不活的病特别的严重，然后按照那个印度的这些习惯的话呢，当时舍利子呢也是问他，你这个那么难受啊，就是你的病没有减轻啊，你现在吃的吃饭好不好啊？其实我们对病人问这些呢是最好的方法。首先要这个说你自己一定，因为病人是不管什么样的人，我发现就特别关心自己的这个病啊，就是你痛不痛啊？
because the sick ones really like to be asked and they really enjoy to have attention, especially towards their body. You could ask, how are you feeling? Is it hurting you? And so on. Don't just drop a red pocket full of money and then walk away. That's really not comforting them. So at that time, Avatar Pindada said that I'm really ill and and my sickness is increasing. So he said lots about the negative aspect of his sickness. Shariputra was actually very skillful. Shariputra said that don't worry, you will get well for sure. And you've done so much positive things in the past. You created so many good karmas in the past. You gathered so much merits. And you have the right mindfulness, right way of living, and you've done so many positive deeds, and therefore you don't have to worry about your past life either, your next life either. So at that time, after listening to the comforting words of Shariputra, then Avattapindada started to feeling better and better, and at the end of the conversation, he was feeling completely fine. He stood up, and his illness was completely gone. So that's a story that's recorded. If you can make people who are sick to have more positive thoughts, and to encourage them to have more meritorious thinking, that's very good. And don't rely on the wrong actions to continue to live. Some practitioners wouldn't even continue their life if it were to rely upon some wrong actions. Just as Master Hui Yuan, when he fell ill, the doctor asked him to drink some medicinal alcohol. He refused, and then the doctor asked him to drink some meat soup, some soup that has meat, and then he rejected that. And then the doctor asked him to drink some honey, but Master Hu Yuan was not sure whether that's allowed in the Vinaya. So he asked his attendant to look it up, whether if it's allowed, and by that time he passed away. So the moral is that as a practitioner, we should live up on the right action and the right choices. I know there are people who are really ill, and maybe if some medicine has some animal elements, parts in it, as long as you're not involved in the direct killing, I think it is still worth your consideration to take such medicine to prolong your life. So don't fall into the extremes. It's also quite important.
就是可能为利益众生啊，就是做一些清净善法的这个事情的话呢，就是那么这个他的这个病也是越好，而且让他发愿什么呢？当做以往就是要治重病，就是要想到就像佛陀一样，就是帮这个众生的生病和医病的，就是那种这个做以往，就是治疗就是很多众生的这个心灵身体的疾病。这样的话呢，那么这个菩萨呢，应该就是菩萨以这种方式来就是安慰这个病人啊，让这个病人呢就是身体这个欢喜心啊，如果他心里身体欢喜心的话呢，的确也是他的病就是不愈而至，这是很好的一种方法。因此我们以后要看一些病人的时候呢，就一定要跟他做一些可能有一些这个能产生欢喜心的这个事情，要跟他讲，自己也是应该。
would make them happy.
In fact,
people who are sick, if they could be quite open-hearted and happy-hearted, happy-minded, then their illness could be healed in no time. And two,
真正有一些利他性的话呢，就是他可能病就不会当做什么事情啊。比如说你这个病人如果我自己倒是以前是经常有这种感觉，就是稍微就是比如说生病的时候，我要翻译个什么东西啊，我要做个什么，就是我要听个什么课啊，就是好像心就是对这个利他性方面稍微有一点的话呢，就自然而然就是自己的这种这个自私的病呢，就是自然而然会笑了。如果我就特别的闷着，
I have to translate a certain text, and I have to listen to a certain class, and then my illness seems to be gone. Rather than there are people who have so much grasping towards their physical health, they're so scared right away and saying that I can't die, I shouldn't die.
所以现在就是利他性是我觉得很多这个
mind of benefiting others could be the kind of motivation to help people to recover from sickness. I said earlier that I think when masters are teaching classes, I think they should have enthusiasm and they should have the sense of passion to teach. And when we talk about passion, it seems that people are too cold to have passion.
如果我是一个法师，我觉得我班里面的这些成绩都不行，一定要让他们学好的话，
Otherwise, just like a worldly teacher who don't have motivation other than salary to teach the students, of course, he won't be able to do a good job. And similarly, as the Dharma masters, how could they teach their students well if they don't have a sense of urgency and passion to teach? Maybe it's because they don't have a sense of benefiting.
有些法师一直在寺院里面待不下去，原因什么呢？就是可能他们并没有像这个道场嘛，就是一定会是让利众生。如果真的能利众生的话呢，可能会有这种热情，热情是很重要的。不仅是可能我们佛教徒也可能热情现在没有，好像那个什么时候啊，就是那个北京大学。北京大学呢，很多学生就是说是学习的这个热情也没有，然后那个生活的热情也没有，连谈恋爱的这个热情也没有，天天都是看他们那个一些这个什么这个信息啊、短信啊，看微信啊，后来他们有些学生，他们专门就请了一些残疾人给他们表演讲一些，确实有些残疾人很有对热情的，然后要增加他们的这个热情啊，就是增加他们在学习上，这样的话真的有时候听起来也是不是什么的，但是呢，就是这也是一种公开的这个信息，所以我们佛教徒呢，我以前呢刚开始的时候，以后这个这里面很多法师毕业课的话呢，就是得不到寺院道场怎么办？但现在呢，就像那个欧美的好多基督教堂呢，就是全部都变成空了，就很多都在卖。那我们现在各个地方的话呢，寺院很多的就是这里有寺院的，包括给我的是供养很多寺院的。但是我现在就是找不到法师，我们有些法师过去了以后的话呢，也是没有热情的，然后在这里带不下来，因为他带的话呢，可能他就想的不是什么利益众生，依靠这里来，我应该怎么享受啊？这个Christian churches nowadays in the West, and
the Dharma masters don't want to go to those monasteries and teach is because they feel that there are no delicious food or plenty of material providings over there.
怎么的？就是包括我们刚开始在拉荣的时候，也是在三米这个佛塔里面，我们刚开始上课的时候，只有几个人，而且这几个人当中就是有个别人是那个好像那个当时都不叫抑郁症，但是我现在想起来，可能有些是抑郁症的。凡是有各种各样的。后来慢慢努力的话，有些是不是就慢慢会就是有一些发展的。所以我们有些法师呢，就刚开始就是去看看这个道场很多，现在各个地方有很多空庙，就是这个不是很好的，因为有些法师可能想还俗，有些法师可能去别的地方要相术，就是不愿意就是依靠一个道场来
should that you're binded in this temple and monastery that doesn't have wealthy provisions. Just as I said, some of the Dharma teachers, they want to have luxurious lifestyle, and when it is time to propagate the Dharma and to give teachings, they don't have such passions. Once you have beneficial mind, even as a sick person, as long as you have such a benefiting heart to helping others, then I think it will alleviate the massive suffering caused by sickness. So the kind of way of helping others and comforting others is to make the sick ones happy. I think this is really applicable to people who are studying Mahayana practitioners. Then at that time you should try to make them happy by using different skillful means.
下面是第二层意思的话呢，就是讲到那个法治，或者是它下面的第二层意思呢，就讲一个这个家里的我，还有家里的这个法，还有这个讲的灭法，就是还有这个空空荡荡就是这样的道理。然后这个文殊菩萨呢，文殊菩萨有说啊，就是这个居士有病的这个菩萨呢，就是怎么样调自己的心，调这个内在的心，因为他是病人呢，这个是比较高的境界来讲的。那么维摩诘居士呢，就是说有病的菩萨呢，应该是这样想，就是应该这样想，就是怎么样想呢？就是说就如今我这个病呢，即是从这个往昔的就是这种妄念，就是或者说是妄想颠倒，就是还有这个各种各样的烦恼无明，就二这个三生无有事法就是无有事法，那么就是怎么会是有这个甘肃病者呢？就是首先是他这里就讲到了什么呢？就是讲到了这个病的这种来源嘛，病的来源的话呢，就刚才也讲到，就是实际上是我们每一个众生呢，就是他有很多的这种妄想就是我执就妄想我执呢是依靠这种颠倒的这个无明而来的。那么颠倒无明而来的话呢，那么这个是依靠一种有力的这种正悟这个才能就是获得这个结果。那这种正悟的话呢，对这个法的这个剖析很重要的。如果对法的剖析已经知道的话呢，首先第一个方面呢，他对这个生死轮回呢，就是没有什么这个执着就是没有什么这个痛苦。就像我《因缘经》里面呢，以前也是讲过吧，就是三人乐色如求出于好的这种修行人呢，就是他对那个生死还是很欢喜的。恶人为死如求入狱，就是恶人的话呢，就是他是特别害怕这个死亡，所以我们实践当中的这种颠倒念头呢，其实是经常呢就是不知道这个法的本性就前面是这样讲的。然后后面呢，就是他说这个无有事法就是那么这样的这种法呢，就是实际上是不管是你的烦恼也好，颠倒妄想也好，感受的这个疾病的痛苦的话呢，它也是没有一个真正的事法，因为这个是对理根者就是对随法者而讲的，随法者而讲的话呢，那就是没有真正的这个感受者。
So the teaching is that there's no solid experiencer.
好像那个如菩萨训练当中也是讲的，就是相续和运体，
where it says that continua in the gathering, so-called like garlands and like armies are unreal. So there is no one to experience pain, for who is there to be its owner? The armies and the garlands and necklaces are compounded
人，感受疾病的人。
So
那么谁就是对这个各种痛苦就是害怕等等，就像这里讲的一样的。就所以呢，就是首先是对这个病人呢，就是应该这样讲，就是我们的这个病是颠倒产生的。那么真正的感触病者呢，就是没有的。如果这个病人是学过中国呢，就是对中国和对有些理法有一定的这种境界的人的话，可能是应该是还是很好的吧。就是他就稍微跟他提醒一下，我们有些密法当中也讲，就最后病人就非常严重的时候，给他稍微提醒一下的话，那就是他马上这个安静本位。那么怎么是这个没有感触者呢？就是他这个是怎么样呢？就是因为是四大合合的缘故，而四大合合的话，那就是加密为这个身体。如果这个地所合合四大合合加密为身体的话呢，那么这个身体呢就是没有这个主宰就是身体是它是四大合合的。那么四大合合没有主宰的话呢，就是其实这个身体呢就是也没有我没有
It's a combination of the four
没有
elements.
真正
Then
的
how
我
can
的
you
话
say
呢，
there
就是
is
所谓的
one
这种
solid
病呢，就是
existence
所谓的
of
病
I?
气呢，介
If
于
there is
我
no
就是
solid
介于
existence
自我
of
就是
I,
介于
how
这个我
could
这样
you
产生的。
how could
所
you
以
say
说
there is
呢，就
someone
是对我呢，
experiencing
就是不
such
应该产生
illness?
这个支出就是对我没有这个产
The
生
body
支
has
出
no
的话呢，
self.
那么就
Furthermore,
是
the
已经知道
arising
了
of
这个
this
病
illness
的
is
这个
entirely
本
due
相
to attachment
病
to
的
self.
这个根
And
本。
once you
那么
have
这
no
样以后呢，
attachment
就
to
是往
self,
前出这
then
个我
you
相和
would be able
众
to
生相，
completely
就是
alleviate
产生
such
这个
suffering.
我相和众生
That is
相。那么这
rootless.
个是
It is to
如果真正是断除了这个我相和众生相
eliminate
就
the
我相无人相，
the attachment
这个无
towards
众生相
self,
就
towards
无
the
人相
sentient
无众生
beings.
相，就像《金刚经》里面所讲的一样的，等的种子的，有劲儿呢，得兰经把接人家等的种子也没得兰经把橄榄节，好像什么树如少春，于我则有据，也是。
It also says the same
刚刚那
thing.
个
And
就是讲我的这个时候
the
吧，
Bodhicharyavatara, it also says that
就
if such a thing as I exists indeed,
就是说，
then
因为
terror
如
is
果我稍微
granted
有一
will
点产生
torment
的话
it.
呢，
But
我可
since
以
no
这个
self
产
or
生
I
痛苦
exists
产
at
生畏
all,
惧
what
但
is
是确
there
确实
left
实，
for
我是
fears
用
to
智慧来
terrify?
寻找的时候
When you
用这个
search with your
观察
wisdom
人物和观察法物
to
的两个
observe
智慧来
with
真正去观察的
with
时候
your
呢，
wisdom,
我们这个众生的这个我呢，就是的确是找不到的
then。
那怎么
that
会是有所谓的这个畏
existence
惧
of
啊，就
sentient
是痛
beings,
苦啊，
how
这些
could
怎
that
么
be
会有
there?
呢
How could？ that
就是是没
I
有
or
的。
sentient beings be there?
有一个叫做那个护法藏因缘经啊，护法藏因缘经里面
Another
讲的那
sutra,
个
it
24
says,
度，就是
it is
那
stated
个
that
四字比丘的
the
就是公案，就是四字比丘呢，就是以前是在印度一个地方弘扬佛法，非常这个非常的这个成功。后来有两个外道对他产生嫉妒心，然后呢就是假装成他，然后他们到迁入这个皇宫，然后呢就是隐瞒这个宫女，最后呢就是被国王这个发现，被国王发现的时候呢，当时这个很多人就对这个佛教就是产生这个疑惑，就是怎么会是出家比丘就是做这些事情，尤其是国王就是发现之后的话呢，他就非常的这个生气，就是他就对那个其实不是那个四字比丘他做的，但是呢，他们假装成四字比丘。
Although at that time it was not the lion bhikkhu who conducted all these sexual misconducts, but because the two heterodox teachers pretended to be him, therefore the king was really upset really angry at the lion bhikkhu. And then the king summoned lion bhikkhu and asked him, do you know the nature of the five skandhas? And he answered yes. Then the king asked, do you know, have you attained deathlessness? And lion bhikkhu said yes. Then the king said, since so, can you give me your head? Then the lion bhikkhu said that since there's no birth and death, therefore, of course I could give you my head. At that time, the king kept him, and at that moment, when the king killed him with lion bhikkhu started, lion bhikkhu's body sprayed this white-colored milk-like liquid rather than blood. That's when the king knows that he is very usual
有
in
些人的
terms
话，
of
网上就经常这个传播的啊，就是这个
attainment.
学院是什么什么，就是造各种各样的这个
So
造样。
that's
有些
really
道友的
important
也很
to
害怕
distinguish that there
是
are
不是真
people
的会
who
发生
are
这样？我看我们有
who are
些道友
enlightened
真
and
的
not. And the other
特
thing
别
is
但
that
是
we
特
should
别
be
小
able
就是
to
然后智慧
distinguish
也不
with
是特别
our
特别的这
wisdom.
种尖锐的，就是但是呢，有些
On
时候呢，
internet,
就
there
我们
are
这个
different
在这个
rumors
实践
talking
当中的
about
话呢，要懂得这个
this
实践的
monastery
真
is
相，这
is
个
doing
很
so
重
and
要。
so, many things are happening and so and so. And people tend
再
to
讲一
get
遍吧，
really
就是刚才
terrified.
就是任务啊，就刚才这是
So
第一层
this
意
kind
思。
of
第二
things
层意思
really
呢，
acquire
就是
you to
刚才
use
这
your
个
wisdom to
要
make a
当
discernment.
发这个
The other, that's one
就是
layer
发自
of
相
the
啊，就是
understanding,
刚
and
才
the
是人
other
物相，就这个现在
the other layer
就
of
是应该
the
气法
teaching
相
talks
这个发相，
about
怎么像呢？
the
就是因
nature
为
of
我们这
phenomena
个各种
or
法，
dharmas.
就是只有各种法呢，就是
All
变
the
成这个身体啊，就变成这个
phenomena
合成这个身体。你看我们
compounded
身体的话呢，
to
就是可能
become
是有肉啊、血
the
啊、骨
so-called
头啊
eye.
就
Just
是
as
各
we
种各
have
样的
flesh,
这个
we
围成
have
这个
blood,
组
we
成的
have
就是这
bones,
样的这个
and we
身
have
体。
different
那么
elements,
七位法
and
经，
those are
灭位
gathered
法经。
together
那么这些
to
法呢，
form
就是
this body.
产生因缘聚合的时候呢，就是法就已经出现了，就是我
Bodhisattva
们的
who's
这个
ill
刚
should
才这些
undertake the
经验
conception
当中的各种加合的法呢，就是包括这个地水火风的
extinguish
四大
the
也好
dharmas.，
眼耳鼻舌身这个五根也好，这些各
Doesn't
种各
matter
样
if
的
it's the
法
four
就已经起的
elements
时候
or
呢，
the
就是
five
刚才就
skandhas.
是这个所谓的
When
病也
those
可能
things
会起
all
的，法也会起
compounded,
的。
then
一旦这些因缘法就是灭的时候呢，
dharmas
那么就是
would
这些
also
法也
arise.
是灭
But
的。由此法证，所以这些法呢，实际上用智慧来观察的时候呢，各不相的，互相都不可能知道的。地水互相，
these
地水火风
dharmas
呢，
do
互相
not
也
know
就毫不
themselves,
相
and
干
when they
的。
arise,
然
they
后我们
cannot
这
say
个
that
眼
I
耳鼻
have
舌身呢
reason,
也互
and
不相
when
干的，
they
包括我们这个身上的
extinguish,
各
they
种
don't
各样
say
的
that
这些
I am
肢体啊，就是
distinguished.
分子啊，或者是微尘啊，就是路程啊，这些呢也不相干的。那么他们产生的时候呢，也不会说是我已经现在产生了，也不会像我是
They
已经
wouldn't
产生
think
了。他们
that
毁灭的
they
时
are
候呢，
arisen
就是也
and
不会说是
or
我
they're
现在已经毁灭了，也不
extinguished.
会像我是已经毁灭了。就是这些因缘法呢，就是
Such
这
kind
是
of
这个
cause and
聚聚散
conditions
散啊
are
啊，就
no
是我
other
们经
than
常讲的
rising
诸法因缘生，诸法因缘起，
gathering
就是实际上
and
是
then
是我们的这个身体呢，就是一个因缘合合
Our
啊，就因
body
缘
is
合
no
合。
other
所以
than
这里呢，
causes
我们
and
要懂得什么
conditions.
呢？就是懂到
The
我们的
combination
这个
causes
身体的话呢，
conditions.
就是的确是因缘合合。我们不要认为是
Don't
啊，我生
take
病
our
了，
body
怎么会这样
other
呢？
than
我
causes
是
and
如此的
conditions.
倒霉，昨天
And
是好
don't
好
think
的
that,，
今
oh,
天的
poor me.
站得这么
I was
起来
fine
怎么
yesterday.
办
How
呢
come
我也
today
不
I
知道
can't even
现在
stand
什么
up?
都不想
I
吃
don't even want to eat
连胃口
anything. I
都
don't
没
even
有
have any
本来
appetite.
想今天是
I
好好的
I
但是
already
我
thought
现在
that
也不
today
知
I
道
would
是干嘛
be
还
really
是头
healthy,
痛还
and
是
now I
胃痛
don't even know whether if
我
I'm
很
getting a
我
cold
现
or
在都不想
having
医
a
过了，我
stomach
做了好
ache.
多好事，一点
And
好处都没有。
I don't even think of karma anymore
不是这样
because
的，
I've
因
done
缘
so
法
much
懂
good
得的话
things
呢，
in the
应该是
past.
就是没有什么可执着的，对吧？
I don't even believe in karma
我
anymore.
再讲一遍吧。
If you believe in karma, you probably won't feel in such a way.
那么这个病菩萨这下面是这个灭法相啊，就是菩萨有病的菩萨呢，就是要灭法相。怎么讲呢？我们这个四法这个相者的话呢，颠倒啊，就是我们现在这个生病的话呢，这是一个颠倒的。这个颠倒呢，就是极大的疾病啊，疾病。然后那么这种疾病呢，其实这个它这个它应该有些稍微有点不同，就是什么离大化而亲近嘛，就是有一点点不同。但大的方面应该没有什么。然后我们说颠倒的这个想法呢，实际上是大疾病。大疾病是什么呢？远离它，要远离它。怎么样远离的话呢？要离我所。它这里是一贯不一贯这样。那离和这个什么？我和我所是怎么远离呢？就是那么要离二法。
And how could we transcend that? We should be able to transcend the two dharmas. The two dharmas are
那怎么样离二法呢？就是不念这个内法和外法，就是内法是指的是
the two dharmas of
外法是指的是六尘
the one who's able to get
因为
the
六
things
尘
to
和
get
六根当中呢，
to
所有
perceive
的法
or
都
to
已经
grasp.
记住了。
What is
那么
to transcend the two dharmas
怎么
should
样
be
就是这个
mindful
原理这二法
neither
呢？就
of
是内外法都是平
interior
等性
nor
啊，就是平
exterior
等的。
dharmas,
有些当
and
中
to
是不动
practice
性，什么这个不要性、不
equanimity,
动摇而行，就是它里面
and to
也
practice
是这样的。
stability,
怎么样不动摇、平等而行呢？
practice
就因何
the
平等呢？
stable
就是
mind.
这个
And
唯
how
我
to
平
have
等和
such
唯涅槃平等，也或者说是
equanimity.
从涅
it is for self to be the same as well, for nirvana to be the same. It is from now till nirvana to have equanimity. Because samsara and nirvana are no other. In the fundamentals of Madhyamika, it says that nirvana and samsara are no different. And samsara and nirvana are, there's no little bit, there's not even a little bit of difference between them. And how could, and both self and nirvana are empty. And why are they empty? They are merely names, because they are just the names, and therefore empty. And these two dharmas are without definitive nature. There is no solid existence. That's the nature of such dharmas or such phenomena. And when it attains universal sameness, there is no remaining illness. Once you could attain such kind of equanimity, then you would definitely have no remaining illness. There is only the illness of emptiness. And illness of empty. Then the illness of empty is also empty. So don't holding on to the empty. Don't think that everything is empty. Then you are already having the illness of empty, because the illness of emptiness are also empty. Once you could be cured from that illness of emptiness, you don't hold on to such emptiness, then your illness is completely healed. So we'll stop here today. Tomorrow is also Vimalakirti Sutra. Today, I think there are more people attending. I think that's a very good attitude of listening to the Dharma. The chantings over here, the before class and after class is really not the monastic chanting before class or monastic chanting after class. In fact, that's not true, because it's not just the monastics who are chanting, it's all of us chanting. So we should all take the time to chant and dedicate merit.